Sorry guys, technical difficulties.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience.
He's the entertainer, actually.
You can see my shadow, it's like perfect right here.
Alright. So you good? You going? You can get as close as you want. Guys, what's going on? How are we?
Amazing!
I want you to shout out the name of your country. Go.
India!
Everybody is Czech? No way. What country are you from?
India! Russia!
I heard US.
Canada.
I heard Russia. I heard, Philippines. Where else?
India!
Pakistan, Bosnia,
India!
England.
Botswana, England. Where else?
India!
India, Netherlands, Turkey,
Jesco. Canada.
Canada. Wow. Circle for me to be standing here, like thinking about my life 10 years ago. I was just going to school, partying every night, and I was kind of like a lost 20-year-old. And now I'm here, standing here in front of you guys. It's like surreal. So thank you for being here. It's pretty cool. So how many, raise your hand if you're Czech or you're currently living in Prague. Okay, about half. And raise your hand if you're like just traveling around Europe right now. Awesome, how's it been? I think it's been pretty stressful, to be honest. Anybody lose their bags yet? Okay, at least someone. Yeah, 2 people. My parents were with me a few weeks ago. They didn't get their bags going home. It took them 7 days. Then my grandparents were here. They still don't have their bags. So I'm 0 for 2 in family members losing bags. But no, it's great to be here right now. It's crazy. I mean, starting out, really Prague is where I got the travel bug in 2012. Before that, I was just like a college frat boy, University of Wisconsin, having a great time. But then Prague is where I first took the leap to travel, and I stayed here for 6 months. Had the time of my life, and this is really where I got the travel bug. And I'm happy to see a lot of you travelers here in Prague, because it really is a fantastic place, and I hope you guys are enjoying the city. But yeah, so I lived in Prague, and this city's always been super special for me. Then I went back to college, finished with a degree in economics, and then I moved to Korea to teach English, where I lived for 2 years. Anyone been to Korea? Nice. It's a wonderful, wonderful country, and that's kind of where I started a travel blog, which the first travel blog I made was called thehungrypartier.com, which is funny because all of the like nightlife that I was enjoying in Prague and around Europe, I just created into like a website while I was in Korea, and that kind of elevated me to get to where I got today. So I had a blog for a few years. Then when I left Korea, come join guys. When I left Korea in 2015, my blog was making enough money to kind of travel, and so that's what I did. I just picked up my backpack and I went to another country. I went to India for 3 months in 2015, and then I picked up a video camera in 2017, and that sort of changed things for the better. I went to North Korea. I love your GoPro on your head, dude.
Thank you.
You should join me at the Ginger Festival in Netherlands.
I am.
You're coming?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Where was I? I started making videos in 2017. I went to North Korea in April 2017, and that trip, that was one of my first videos, and that it got 10 million views, and that kind of, I got it at a good time, I could say, to make videos online. And then I had a dream to go to every country, and so then I just kept traveling to different places, making videos. Then I kept going to countries like Syria and Somalia and Afghanistan, which are countries that I personally love and enjoy, and then kind of opening up people's eyes about the real life in those countries. And here I stand here. I just finished my last country, Saudi Arabia. It was pretty brutal to finish my last 6 countries during COVID. It made things really rough. I think everybody can agree. But hey, I think, I'm not going to say we've defeated the pandemic, but we're in a much happier state, and things seem to be thriving. So yeah, now I'm traveling around, mostly around Europe at the moment, making more stories. I'll be in Poland tomorrow doing a story, and then I'll just kind of be bouncing around, and I'm ending in the Netherlands for the world's only ginger festival. I wanted to go to that since I heard about it like 5 years ago, and finally I'm going to go. So that's kind of my background. I'm not going to bore you anymore with my story. So we're going to do selfies and all that fun stuff, shooting videos at the end. But if anybody has like burning questions, I'm here. Please pick my brain, or I want to answer anything that you guys have to ask. Yes.
One
Wait,
suggestion
one more thing.
Okay.
When I call on you, just say your name and where you're from. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Sultana from India, and I also do solo traveling. My question for you is, any advice would you give for solo women travelers?
So it's hard to speak about women because I'm not one, but I travel a lot with my wife, Deanna, and I know a lot of female travelers who have traveled solo, some of them to every country. It's just the same kind of common sense that you would have anywhere. Like even in Prague, I was walking around late last night where I'm staying, which is about a mile that way, and I was not too thrilled about what I was seeing, put it that way. So you just got to have common sense and trust your gut and go with the flow, and also put your trust in people. Like they're willing to help you. Locals are willing to help you everywhere. So there's a lot more I can say about it, but that's the basics. Yeah, name and where you're from.
Thank you.
So I'm Sebastian. I'm actually Czech Canadian, and my question was: so when you were in Prague, what were you studying, and how much did you enjoy it?
The second part of that question, it was like the best time of my life. I enjoyed it so much. That's why I'm currently living here. I'm living in Stepanska area. What was the first question?
What were you studying?
I studied economics at Charles University for a semester.
So go Charles U.
Go Charles U. Yes, name and where you're from.
Jose, living in Prague, from California. Now that you've visited every country, what type of videos and stories do you want to do moving forward, and how do you choose what type of countries you
That's a
want to
good
go to
question. I've
first?
been trying to navigate that personally of like what videos am I going to make next, and I find myself most happiest in countries that are misconceived by the world, like Iran. So I want to do more of that kind of travel and go like to places that no one's ever heard of within countries, like in Papua New Guinea, like go into the highlands and really spend time with the people and learn about their life. A little more documentary, longer form documentary style is what my passion is. At the moment I'm traveling Europe, and it's harder to find like long lost tribes in Europe, so but I'm still managing to find stories, and that's kind of the plan. So it's an ongoing battle to figure out what I'm gonna do next. How you doing, man?
Great.
Welcome.
How about you?
Good. Join us. Anybody who's came late, hi. Can you guys see anything? Yeah. Everyone's like doing this. It looks great on my camera because your faces are all bright. I'm just kidding. Okay, questions. Name and where you're from. Let's go you first. Yes.
Dina, I'm from New York.
Okay.
I was wondering, when you travel, for a very long time, you're away from like your wife, Diana.
Yeah.
How do you deal with just not being together and enjoying yourself fully, but also while missing her?
That's a very tough question to answer because you have to have balance, work-life balance. So I've learned to like negotiate, like, okay, I need to take travel these weeks, and then I come home and I'm really present when I'm home. And I have a team of editors who help me now. Before I did it all myself, so I have more time when I'm not filming. I have more time to go to dinners and to do things with her. But it's a challenge. I mean, I work a lot. She runs her own business. She works a lot too. So there's no easy answer to that question. But just trying to be, when I'm not shooting and traveling, just trying to be more present is the answer. Name and where you're from.
My name is Mike Swigunski. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, but I live in Tbilisi, Georgia.
Nice, great place to live. I'm trying to convince him to go there.
Yeah, let me know if you guys come through. Love to meet up. But my question is, I get asked this a lot as well. What do you recommend for people who want to travel and make money?
There's a lot of ways to make money. I mean, stock market, crypto. You could work in a hostel. You could be a what's your passion? Do you scuba dive? Do you like hot air ballooning? I mean, anything that's your passion. If you like golf, you could teach that in foreign countries. You could start a blog. You could be an editor. You could make videos. I will say though that my job requires a lot of. It's hard to be in front of the camera 24/7. It's not for everyone. And so I'm aware of that. It takes a lot of patience and consistency, but most jobs you can work remotely now in most companies because of COVID. So there's a bunch of stuff that you can do, and one of my missions is to let people realize that they can find work outside of a 9 to 5 in an office. If you give me more specifics, I can try to help you out more. But
it wasn't necessarily for me, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. I think the remote work industry.
The hardest part is to start and to actually take that first trip, and once you do that, then it becomes easier.
Perfect.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
Sunny.
I know, sorry, you got the shades on.
Yana,
I would like to ask you, when have you been scared the most on your travels?
When have I been scared the most in my travels? Probably in Yemen. That's a truthful answer. Next would be probably Afghanistan. Yes.
Why Yemen?
I'm from India, and since that you have finished all the countries, what's next for you?
What's next? The grand question. The answer is keep traveling, keep inspiring, keep making stories. But really, it's about the community for me. So actually, Jeremy, he's part of my team. He is the community manager of Just Go. So essentially, I'm trying to establish, like, everybody here is all like-minded. We all travel. We all want to make new friends. We want to connect and network. I want to bring, like, I have all these followers on social media, but this is way better than 10 million followers. So I'm trying to get people to meet up around the world and have great experiences together, because all you guys, even without me here, you guys all seem like you would get along, make new travel friends, talk about life, go to the bar. There's plenty of them around here. So that's kind of, my mission is about the community and making it fun for everyone, and that will live beyond me. I might not want to be making videos in 10 years, but I would want to do this and go meet people around the world. So I have an app now, and I'm just kind of launching these different communities. And so that's the main answer.
Do we get to see you in space somewhere? Maybe next time.
If I can go to space, I'll go. Yeah. I'm like the first one there. Anybody have questions over here? No?
One right here.
Yes.
I'm from Nigeria.
Nice.
So I saw a documentary, so that's why I came over here.
Thanks, man.
So how was the experience in Nigeria? Tell me recently.
Are you from Lagos or Kano? Or?
From East.
East.
From
Nigeria is great. Lagos is wild. I mean, the market.
Video/story you've ever made?
Favorite video I've ever made is probably the Pygmy tribe of Central African Republic. Just like going 10 hours by car and then walking through the jungle and finding this community of amazing people and spending a couple days with them. And like, that's what I was in. I think I answered one of your questions. I just want to do more of that. It's been hard the last couple years for obvious reasons, but now moving forward, I think I'll try to do more of that, like real indigenous, off the beaten path stuff, because it's fun. I love that. Thanks, man. Let's go up here. I'll come back to you. Yes, where's your name and where you're from? Nice.
I wanted to ask you, like, how do you stay productive or like keep making videos if you have a bad week or like not feeling so great?
It's hard because like YouTube, the algorithm, it just like will plummet and then it will go crazy. So when it plummets, I always feel like I'm doing something wrong. It's all my fault. When really I'm just at the mercy of an algorithm, which is pretty wild to think about. But you just got to move on. You know, I've been doing this since 2017, really, like video content. So I've learned just to ride the wave and just to focus on the next story and just do my best to put out the most compelling story and the most inspiring story that I can. It's hard, man. It's really hard. It's very stressful. That's the short answer. Yes.
I'm Joe from Manchester, in the UK. Bit of a crap question, but what's your best golf course or countries for golf? I'm trying to get my handicap down.
Best countries for golf. I mean, the UK is fantastic. Scotland is great. Ireland's great. But Vietnam is probably my answer. Yeah, that country has amazing golf courses. And the Philippines. Try to get out there if you can. More questions? Yes.
France. I was wondering which country you have to request more security for yourself.
You could have helped me in all my French African countries that speaking French. What country did I need the most security? Well, the city would be Mogadishu by far, but Somalia as a whole, it's really just Mogadishu that's like that. Probably Syria when you get out of Damascus, or Afghanistan. Yemen, I was just going around, but it's tough. It's a tough place to travel. It's okay.
You never get back to Afghanistan after the...
I've been twice. I went during...
Taliban.
Oh, the Taliban. No, but you can go. My friend was there 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah, so you can go. This is pretty cool. There's a lot of people here. I did not expect it. What's up? How you doing?
Jason and Blanca and Alex and me have a truck in Boston, but we're a full-time travel family. I'm kind of curious, did you at some point consider doing that yourself?
Travel family?
Yeah.
Well, my dog is...
So I am 21 and I have just started a 3-month interrail, and I came all the way from Paris once I heard that you were doing this.
Wow, thank you.
So intense journey. But my question to you is, are there any places to definitely avoid, and are there any places to definitely go to while I'm here?
In Prague?
Anywhere in
Okay, his question was you're traveling for 3 months on train. You just came from Paris for this, which is amazing to hear. And the question was, are there any places that you would definitely avoid or go to?
Yeah, like what are your like number one
In Prague?
go-tos anywhere in Europe.
Anywhere in Europe?
Yeah.
Oh man. I like going the farther east, the more interesting culturally for me personally. So I would say from here, go to Budapest, go into Serbia, and the Balkans are amazing. Montenegro is beautiful. Then go to like Bulgaria, Romania. What? Manpa. Pinky loves you a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for coming.